Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lanka Maura and today I'm privileged to have the presence of my husband who is
Joel or
and we are the Mwaoras. So welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss marriage essentials, just good stuff about marriage. If you're married, then you will learn a few things here and there, and if you're not, then you will know what to work on when you get there. It's a good place, it's a lovely place, and I bet you want to be there. So we are going to share our own experience in our marriage. We've been married, we are parents to three kids, three beautiful children, one boy and two girls, and we just thank God for that privilege. So, over to the discussion as we talk about it. So, let's dive in. As I had said earlier, we're just going to have a good discussion, and I'm going to give my husband the privilege of being the first one to speak. We are going to talk about what has worked our marriage, what are the things that we have learned through the journey that we have gone through. So just listen, take a cup of water, juice, some cold soda or something, and take your time and listen and write down if you can so that you don't really forget about what we are going to talk about. So let him be the first to talk about those things as I also contribute. So over to you.
all right. Thank you, sweet, for that introduction and bringing me on board on set. Nurtured Lifestyle channel. Happy to be here. My first day to appear on set. And before going any further, kindly subscribe to this channel as we're moving forward. Now, marriage is something. Yeah, as I was saying, marriage is a good thing and needs to be enjoyed, not to be endured. But it's sad that indeed many people find it not to work, or it's hard to work out, and other people are saying, and it's a popular saying today, the marriage doesn't work. No, but marriage works, and it shouldn't fall apart. Why it has failed is because people don't have the skill set or don't know exactly how to run it. I would like to begin by one thing that is very important, more important than anything other, where marriage is concerned. I heard one day somebody saying, and I've borrowed the saying up to this day, that marriage is not made up of two people, but it's a triangle. Triangle has three corners, or is it three sides? And you can visualize yourself at the bottom there. You have you and your spouse, like myself and Lanka here. We are at the bottom, but there is someone at the top there that makes the triangle come together and fit, and that would be God. Yes, God. God at the top of it, God at the center of it, God at the center of the marriage. God is the one who designed marriage, and the fact that He is the one who came up with the institution. So, God, having founded the institution of marriage, is the one who knows how marriage will work out. And whoever ignores what God has to say is setting themselves up for a disaster. So God at the center. God is the most important part in a marriage. When you adhere to what He says and what He has to say about marriage, marriage can never fail. One of the most important things that God has talked about is love. And love has many attributes to it. But when deployed in a marriage setting, it always works out for the better. I don't know how much time we have, Sweet, on set today. We can discuss the whole topic of love. It's a large topic, but heeding heeding to God and what He has to say about marriage and love and what part it plays in the marriage is the greatest glue. Ever heard of super glue? That holds the marriage together in a super way. God has a lot to say, and we'll be discussing some things that are drawn from what He has to say about marriage. So, back to you, sweetie.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, one other thing that really has helped us in our marriage is communication. You see, most people fail in this area because one, they assume that the other person will see, will know what they are feeling, will know what they are going through, and that is not the truth. One thing that I have learned through this journey is that you can only express. He's the one who taught me that. I used to assume that maybe if I want something, he would look at me with the way I was reacting or behaving and he would learn. But he told me that the best thing that someone can do is to communicate, and I've really learned a lot by learning to express by word of mouth and saying it the way it is. So communication has been a very essential part in our lives, and we created time. You know, marriage will not just blossom just out of nowhere. It is something that you have to work on. You really have to put effort and determination and everything that you need to put for you to see it being fruitful. So one thing that we put across is that every day between 9 to 10 p.m. in the evening, we switch off the television, the phones and everything, and we make sure that we create time. We at least have an hour of communicating, knowing how each one's day was, how work was and everything, and then we are able to run other businesses if they are there and do other things if they need to be done. But at least we must communicate every day, and that has really helped us. It has been a foundation. If we have the children, whether they have anything, because most of the time I'm the one with them, so we'll discuss if they need anything, if there is a behavior, whatever needs to be done, then we have communication, and this removes any other baggage of the day before, and we are able to communicate and run smoothly and swiftly. So that is one essential thing. I cannot say I exhaust everything about it, but it's one key thing. If you haven't developed it, please create time to make sure that you talk, and it is a daily thing that you schedule and create time over. So let's hear from him. What other thing has really helped us to work our marriage?
Yes, on that communication, now another thing. Don't assume. For instance, if you need something from your partner, don't assume like they are mind readers.
Yeah.
I expected him or her to do this, that, or the other, whatever you wanted done. And just communicate it. Tell your partner what you want done. You can just say it instead of expecting it to come out of the blues. Oh, they should have known. This is what people say. They should have known. It's normal for a person to know that somebody wants this. It's not normal. People don't read minds. God didn't create them with the power to read minds. Is much better. 100% it will work if you communicate to your partner whatever you want done. You want some cuddling? Just say it. Whatever you want done, for instance, just talked about cuddling, just say it. Don't expect them to imagine that. All right, over to you, sweet.
Okay, another thing that has really been good is that you have to know that you people are two different people who will see things differently, and you will think differently. So we have learned, mostly me, I'm the part that really liked disagreeing. That was me before, but now I'm learned. So you disagree if you're disagreeing respectively. You don't have to be moody, you don't have to behave in a funny manner, you don't have to be abusive, you don't have to shout, you don't have to be in any way disrespectful to anyone, to your spouse, that is your wife or your husband, just because you're not seeing the same point or you're seeing it differently. So it is good to just disagree respectfully. Create time and just talk when you are very sober. If you have anger issues, you have not worked on them, please deal with them, because they will hinder you from working out the communication part, and the marriage will not be able to work. So it is very essential, very key, very crucial to disagree disrespectfully without having to,
Respectfully.
yeah, respectfully, that is what I'm talking about, without having to show funny things or doing funny stuff, being angry, breaking things. Another thing that really helps and works out our marriage is that we support each other's dreams and vision, you see. So most of the time, whatever I'll be doing, he'll give me advice, he will help me here and there where he can, and I really appreciate that. So on the other hand, I also do the same. I think you have a minute or a chance to also say something in regards to the same. So yeah.
All right, it's important to support your partner in what they are doing. Uh, she supports me around church issues in ministry, because that's what I do, and that has been a blessing. It's actually beautiful when you're doing whatever you can do together, like finding things.
Another important thing that has helped us, and that's why we are laughing or smiling, is no secrets. That is, in terms of phones, we are free and open to operate anybody's phone. We have all passwords, we have all pins and everything, M-Pesa and everything, and that might really sound strange to some people because they really don't believe in that. But I don't find it strange, because it is something that runs and helps us. There is nothing to really hide, so it is very open. Maybe you have something to say about that. Take a minute and say it, and yeah.
I heard of a person, um, that's a husband who their phone rang and they were in the bathroom bathing, and they came out with soap all over to pick the phone. So that it didn't happen by mistake. The wife touched the phone or something. If you are afraid of sharing phone and all this, it must be that there is something you're hiding. And cheating won't bless your marriage. It will break heart. It will cause a lot of trouble. don't no need to hide nothing. No need to hide anything. So just be open with each other and you'll be comfortable. You won't be afraid when you have nothing to hide. But when you have things you want to hide, then you'll have the you mentality, the individual you, and the marriage is the death of two wills and the birth of one. So the me separate, that's something you have to work on killing and find a way of working together as you, as a team. No hiding, no gray areas. So, with more than cuddling, the extra curriculum activities in marriage, very important. That is intimacy. But this is just a teaser, like something to make is a taster, but there is a lot to say about it. Knowledge is key. Very important for you to educate yourself on things that pertain to marriage. Associate yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Don't associate yourself with those who believe marriage doesn't work, won't work. Your ladies, you hang around people who tell you no, you can't submit, it doesn't work, and all that. When you're hanging around people who are empowered to fail in marriage, as they say, and the famous saying stands, birds of the same feathers flock together. Unless you have like-minded people and you hang around people who think it can work, it will work, uh, why is it failing? It shouldn't fail. Building yourself a support system or being around people who help you and add value to you, where the building of marriage is concerned, will help you in a big way. So that and maybe much more later. Uh, Thank you for listening.
Yeah, we really appreciate that you've taken your time to just listen. And for sure, if you build a marriage that is God centered, as He had said, then you're working towards towards being like Christ as an individual, and your spouse is also working towards being like Christ. Then there is no way. There is no way. That's a 1,000,000% guarantee that the marriage will work, because you'll remove all the selfishness. You will learn to be forgiving. You will learn to let go. You will not have bitterness. There are so many things that being a Christian and wanting to be Christ-like shapes a person into the best version of the people they can be, and they are able to work and relate to the other person smoothly without any bumpiness, and makes the marriage work smartly. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, kindly consider doing so. Give it a thumbs up, share, comment down below, so that it can build our channel. So if you're interested in content that goes around this area, marriage, relationships that are working, dating that is Christ centered, and things that are really working, continue and hit the subscribe button. Until next time, it's adios. We love you. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.